You know, in the world of automated trading, technology is always moving forward. But if you look closely, the core idea behind most systems hasn't really changed in years. Today, we're diving into a platform called STLA, which is basically arguing that it's time to stop just upgrading the old model and instead take a real evolutionary leap forward in how these systems actually think.
I mean, this quote really says it all, doesn't it? It draws a perfect line in the sand. On one side, you have the old way of doing things, rigid, fixed rules that can't adapt, and on the other, a vision for what comes next. So this isn't about just a slightly better tool, it's about a whole new way of playing the game.
All right, section 1, beyond fixed rules. So before we can really appreciate where this is all going, we first have to talk about the problem with where we've been. Let's look at the limitations of those old school rule-based systems. This really breaks it down perfectly. On the left, you've got your traditional trading bot, your classic expert advisor. Think of it like a train on a fixed track. It can only go where the track is laid using these rigid if this, then that rules. But on the right, well, that's a completely different animal. It's dynamic, it's adaptive, it's more like a brain. The entire goal shifts from just gambling on trends to actually navigating the market with intelligence. Okay, section 2, a foundation of trust. Because let's be honest, with any new financial tech, especially something this advanced, you have to be able to trust it, right? So let's peel back the layers and see how this platform builds that trust from the very beginning. So the key word here is getting rid of the black box. You know what I'm talking about? Those systems where you put your money in, cross your fingers, and just hope something good happens. The approach here is the total opposite. By making things open source and letting auditors verify everything, it's building a system on proof, not just promises.
And here's where that transparency gets real. This isn't just a marketing slogan. We're talking about core parts of the code being open source, real-time public data you can check yourself, and third-party audits. And this last one is huge. Your data is physically isolated. That means your strategies and your information are kept completely separate and private. And building on that security, here's how your assets are actually protected. Think of it like a fortress with multiple layers of defense. You've got constant monitoring, automatic systems to prevent margin calls, and even server-level circuit breakers that kick in if the market goes haywire. It's all about having a safety net at every single level.
All right, section 3, the intelligent trading entity. So we've got that foundation of trust locked in. Now we get to the really exciting part, the actual technological leap. This is where we go from just a reliable system to something truly intelligent. So to really get this, we have to kind of reset our vocabulary. The old way of thinking is robot, a simple machine that just follows a pre-programmed path, completely blind to what's happening just a few feet to the left or right. But this is the new way of thinking. It's not a robot, it's an intelligent entity. I know that sounds a little sci-fi, but the language here is so important because it signals a massive shift in what this system is actually capable of. So what does intelligent entity actually mean in practice? Well, it means the system can perceive what the market is doing, it can assess the risk in the moment, and, this is the game changer, it can optimize its own strategy in real time. It's not just taking orders anymore, it's actually thinking. That sounds amazing, right? But I know what you're probably asking. How does it actually work? So let's pop the hood and take a look at the mechanics of this AI engine. At its heart, the AI is running on a constant feedback loop. It's not just looking at where the price is going. It's analyzing the market's behavior, the patterns, the volatility. But here's the critical part. It's also analyzing its own performance. It learns from its wins and its losses to constantly get smarter and refine its approach. And what all of this AI integration leads to is a fundamental change in the mission. It moves the whole operation away from the high-risk gamble of just trying to catch a trend. Instead, the AI uses its intelligence to find stability over the long run, making decisions based on cold, hard probability and discipline. So we have a system that's built on trust and powered by some seriously smart AI. But what's next? That brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the vision for where this all goes from here. You know, I really love this quote because it gets at a philosophy of building to last. In a world that's all about moving fast and breaking things, this is about moving carefully and building something right. It's a marathon, not a sprint. The goal is to create something reliable through constant improvement over the long haul. And here's the actual roadmap for how they plan to do that. The focus is super clear. Keep making the core systems better, upgrade the architecture, and I think this is really important, expand the educational resources. It's about making both the system and the users who rely on it smarter. And that really brings us to the final question, the one this technology forces all of us to think about. In a market that is changing literally every second, a strategy that just repeats the same old rules is eventually going to get left behind. So you have to ask yourself, is your trading strategy actually learning, or is it just stuck on repeat?